Good morning. Today is Wednesday, January 17, 2018. And today's a special day because this is the beginning of a new semester. I haven't erased anything from the last semester yet, but that'll be done in a bit. Anyway, class will start in about 40 or so minutes. It's 7:50. And I'm super excited because we are starting a new semester. This is the great opportunity for anybody to start fresh. And this is what's so great about my career. I'll always have an opportunity to start over. It always comes at a regular, predictable time. So, there's always the first day of school. 20 weeks later, there's always this new semester. Of course, if you always need that hard reset, you can also do it during your quarter, right? So there's so many opportunities to just reflect and build and build and build and just get better at your job or in your career. So that's what I think is really awesome about being a teacher. Just being able to start over, start fresh. And I am the type of guy that makes a billion mistakes. I make a lot of mistakes, and I try to learn from them. Sometimes I still forget to close the stuff like food containers, and it drives my wife crazy. Or I fog up the bathroom because I didn't close the door or something. I don't know. When I'm showering. Anyway, it's not about that. What I'm talking about today, I'm going to do something slightly different. I'm going to think about the 5 things that I am going to do differently this semester. I had an excellent semester. I really focused on my pedagogy, my classroom management, and I really polished off a lot of the things I've been developing the past 5 years. But it's not perfect. There's still so much I can learn. There's still so much I can work with. So the 5 things I'm going to be doing. Okay, I'll just start with number one. I have the list over here. I'll say a little blurb. I don't want to keep this too long. Number one, I'm going to have more books in my class. We do reading zone in my school, and as far as I know, it works pretty well. Unfortunately, I don't think that I'm taking advantage of it as much as I should. And over the weekend, my wife and I were just like in Concord, and we found this bookstore, not bookstore, a thrift store. And then, could you believe it? I found the entire set of Twilight for like $2 because it was like 25 cents for a soft copy, and I'm like, well, sign me up. And then I started looking around their stuff. I spent $7.50 on like Percy Jackson books and like all these hardcover books. Can you believe that? That's not even the price of like a Hunger Games. A single Hunger Games book. That's a lot. I got so much, and I'm like, you know what? This is it. I'm gonna start buying books. I remember in one of my coworkers in Korematsu, they have she has a pretty huge collection, and she's an ELD teacher, and I'm like, I got to get to that level, so I'm gonna start that. So by the end of this school year, I can't believe I can say that now. By the end of the school year, I'm gonna have a pretty good collection of books. I'm really gonna start investing in this stuff. And it's cheap. Next, I'm gonna start a new Google Classroom again, and this time stay organized. I used Google Classroom every day last semester, and right now I look back at it. It was, I want to say, like 75% organized. I always had the lifelines organized. I always had my questions organized. The thing was, when it came to like questions and assignments, sometimes they were uncategorized, and I didn't like that because some of them I was looking for some specific ones earlier, like yesterday when I was grading, and I couldn't find them. I did eventually find it, but it was just a lot more difficult. So I'm starting a new Google Classroom. I'm starting fresh. Goes on with that theme. I'll just give them a new class code to work with, and that's what I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to organize it. I already organized it out. Like, I already put in the categories and the topics. The only thing is, it depends on me to keep it organized. So that's going to be my thing. Third thing, this is a big one. I'm going to stick to the plans I design. I invest a lot of time in planning. Be it 3 weeks before the summer or before the summer ends, or 2 hours before the week starts, or even just an hour a day. I have a tendency not to stick to my plans. Like, I will have it down to the minute, and then I will think, wow, this is like, something just pops up in my head, and I'm like, this would be a great addition to my lesson. The problem is, it's not planned out. I didn't strategize it, and suddenly my class goes off the rails, and I don't know what to do. Well, I do know what to do, but it ends up bleeding to the next day, and then the entire thing is like messed up, and I gotta like recover my tempo, and I'm definitely gonna be doing that. This one's just a little bit more of a teacher thing, I guess. I'm gonna focus on something called depth of knowledge 3 and 4 questions. So basically, in a nutshell, DOK, that's what it stands for, DOK 1 and DOK 2 are usually like more surface level questions, but DOK 3 and 4 really are meant to activate that critical thinking in my kids and all that stuff, and make them much more ready to take two pieces of text and put it together, and they got to synthesize, they got to create all that crazy stuff. That's what I'm going to be doing. I really want to ask those, I guess I want to say, I want to ask less questions, but each question contains, just more questions to unpack. So it's going to be more difficult. It's going to be a quality over quantity kind of thing this time around. And the last thing is definitely do projects that are in PowerPoints, okay? I'm not knocking on PowerPoint. I'm not knocking on anybody who does PowerPoints, but for me, I love variety. I've done nothing but PowerPoints last semester. Most of my major projects involve a PowerPoint piece in one way or another. I always want to just try something different, something that I won't get bored with. So, I'm going to be looking actively for new web programs and websites that can allow me to create, and not just me, allow my students to create something that isn't just PowerPoint. And this is going to be great because this will allow me, once again, going back to my last point, I'm doing DOK 3 and 4 stuff. It'll help me with that. Doing the more complex things helps so much more. This video is going real long, so I'm just going to stop it right here. I'm going to add a sixth thing. I'm going to get rid of the beeping in my classroom. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.